Hey guys, I just wanted to do a video. I was actually watching my friend Tina's video and also relating to a post that was on Doll Fan about finding, your one true special baby, and I've been lucky enough to find several. um, and Tina was saying how she um, acquired her Flora baby, and I was very happy to be a part of her being able to get her dream baby. So that's kind of what sparked me to want to do a video, because I have more than one dream baby in my collection, so I'm very fortunate. And this is Miss Amy Webb, and she is my one first true absolute love in this hobby. And I know I've shared her story on YouTube, but it's been a while, and I'm kind of in the Christmas spirit of wanting to kind of reflect on the things I'm thankful for. And, you know, I don't know, I haven't been much in the mood of buying dolls lately. I've been focused on other things going on in my life, with my house and with my job and with my daughters. And so I just haven't been as focused on buying new dolls. So that's why you haven't been seeing new box openings and things like that, because, I'm very content with what I have in my collection at this point in time. And I'm trying to really learn to enjoy what I have instead of seeking out new things constantly. Because one, it's very expensive, and two, it's just, I think I get overwhelmed, especially when I have multiple new dolls coming and going, and I don't feel happy or as happy, even though it's more exciting for my YouTube subscribers and my friends to probably see new dolls come and go. But for a while there, I go through phases where it's like a revolving door of dolls coming and going because I'm just not happy with what it is I have. And I think I get too picky, and then I focus on the wrong things. And this summer I took some time off from doll collecting and even doing anything with my dolls, and I parted with a lot of my dolls because I didn't need them in my life, and I didn't feel like I was connected to them. So if I don't absolutely love something, especially something of great value, I don't generally hold on to it. So that brings me back to this sweet baby girl. Now, this baby is a one-of-a-kind clay sculpture, and she was created in 2003. So yes, that makes her 12 years old. This baby is 12 years old. She's almost as old as, well, not almost, but she would be almost a teenager. um, She's Amy by Linda Webb, and a lot of collectors new to this hobby don't even know who Linda Webb is, or they may have heard her name in passing in relation to the doll world. But for me, this is one of the very first true amazing lifelike sculptors out there. And when I got into doll collecting, which I can't say when I got into it, it's probably as an adult when I came back to collecting dolls, I guess I could say, because all my life I've had different collections of dolls, believe it or not, from the time I was very, very young. And I didn't realize I was a collector at the time. I just loved them and had them in my, you know, in my house, in my room, and I enjoyed them. And I've always been one who enjoys babies of all kinds. So I just kind of migrated to dolls as I was a child. Even through my teenage years, I still collected porcelain dolls and different types of dolls. So I had lots of different things over the years. So this isn't a far stretch for me that I still, as an adult, continue to want to collect dolls and have them in my life. So for this baby, she's beyond meaningful to me. And the fact that, especially now that one-of-a-kind clay sculptures don't even exist much in the collecting world, it kind of makes me sad, because, I think there's something so special about, a baby that there's only one of, that you can, and the type of medium is actually more durable than people would probably imagine. I know that that's a big factor for a lot of collectors, is they want something that's going to be durable and last. But I think clay is still one of the more durable if cared for, and long-lasting mediums out there to create these beautiful babies. And I also love that literally if I look closely at this doll's details, I can see like the fingerprint and marks that the artist left on the clay, which to me is absolutely amazing, because it literally came from her hands to mine as the collector. And I think that's just truly something you don't get with other mediums, because, you know, there's many processes that take place in order to get the finished product. This doll was sculpted and then painted and then sent off, versus molded, poured, painted, you know, all of that stuff. So not that I don't love all these other mediums, believe me, I truly do. But like I said, for me, it's just this doll being a one-of-a-kind is just amazing. So I stumbled upon this particular baby when I was searching the internet back when I first started looking for very realistic babies. And I would find different web pages, and back then there were not so many like there are now. Like, there are artists everywhere that you can find their web pages, and you can find pictures of realistic dolls everywhere. And back then it really just didn't. It was few and far between, and there were certain artists that were very sought after, and it was just kind of I think the start of having more and more realistic babies out there, and it's when reborns became popular. But Linda Webb was one of the very first true one-of-a-kind lifelike art sculptors out there. And when her babies came out, like, she had an amazing web page that showed her babies for sale, already sold, and there was a waiting list. So I mean, I stumbled upon her website, and I immediately contacted her because I saw this baby on there, and I'm like, I gotta have her. I love her. I'm in love with her. I need to have her. And much to my dismay, this baby had already been sold to another mommy, to another collector. And so I, of course, asked her to be added to her her list. You know, she had a growing list of people waiting. She had, and I was told that it would probably be a number of years at that point if everybody on her list did follow through with their transactions as she was making her babies. So I said, yes, please do. Either way, I want to try to have an opportunity to acquire one of your babies and have one in my collection, because I just loved this face. And for, you know, a lot of time after that, I searched for a doll that looked even remotely similar, with the little, you know, the squinty eyes, just waking up type of newborn look. Never could find anything. None of the reborns had that look. And, you know, then the artist Linda Webb actually was contracted to do a lot of the vinyl dolls for Ashton Drake, I believe. I might be wrong, but it's one of those big companies that she started contracting with, like the Emily Sculpt. And once she started doing all of that work, she stopped making one-of-a-kind babies as frequently. So years had passed, and I still would check in with her, and she says, I've still got this waiting list, and I'm not really producing a lot of dolls. I'm working on other projects. So I still said, keep me on your list. You know, someday it might come up and I might have one of your babies. And over the years, I had seen, you know, lots of dolls that I loved, and they came and went from my nursery, and I still longed to have this baby. And about, I want to say 4 years ago, maybe it's 3 years ago, 3 or 4 years ago, this baby's mommy had contacted me because I had put out feelers for this doll if anybody ever wanted to part with her. And I thought, oh my gosh, I'm never going to find her. And she's probably completely, you know, fallen apart or ruined, or, you know, just, you know, I figured I would never have her one way or another. And luckily for me, her sweet, kind mommy contacted me. I want to say it's 4 years ago now. Gosh, had it that long. And asked if I would like to adopt her. And I thought my jaw was going to hit the floor when I read this message from her. And I, of course, jumped at the opportunity. I was never going to pass up this dream doll that I have wanted for so long. Longed for, actually. It's amazing how long I could, you know, have an attachment to an inanimate object. It's kind of funny. And so she had all of her originals. So she packed her up and sent her home to me. And I was so nervous because being a clay baby, you never know in transit what could happen. And I'm like, finally, I'm going to have this opportunity. I was so scared something would happen to her. And when I opened up the box, I opened her up at work, of course, because I wasn't going to wait till I got home. And she was perfect. I mean, she was absolutely perfect. She looked like the day she had been sculpted. She has no cracks. She has no boo-boos. She has no scratches. She's been well cared for over the years, and I'm so very thankful to anybody that has had this baby and kept good care of her, because it was, you know, it's what made me able to have her, you know, now 12 years later. So yeah, I really think that this baby for me will never ever leave my collection. She's beyond special, like I said. I mean, we all have those babies and those dolls that really speak to us, and I do have others as well, because you know how much Janica means to me and everything. But for the longevity of something that I've cared so much about for so many years, and to be able to finally have that baby in my collection, it just means the world to me. And like I said, it's the time of year where, you know, I do the contemplating of, do I want to get a Christmas baby? You know, I kind of want something new, and I see all of my friends who have new babies coming home, and I start to kind of get on that bandwagon. But then something stopped me this year. Instead of just going out and buying something for myself, I actually stopped and started thinking about the things that I should be very, very thankful for that I already have. And to me, that's enough this year. And I'm not going to buy a new baby probably until next year at some point in time, when the time is right and when I feel like it's a good move to actually bring home something new. But right now I'm very, very content, and just I feel blessed to have what I do have. And so it's time to kind of enjoy that. And I hope that, you know, there are others out there like me. I don't know. I kind of wonder, because I go through phases where I'm like, gotta have something new. And then, you know, I've been in a long stretch of not having a whole lot of anything new, but just really loving what I have and enjoying what I have. So I don't know. I kind of feel like an oddball out right now, because it's the time of year where everybody wants something new. I just don't have that urge. So I guess that's the feeling we all kind of aim for, maybe. So I should probably just enjoy it while it lasts, because it may not last long. But for now, I am very, very happy. I feel super lucky to have the babies I do have in my collection, especially this sweet, amazing baby. And, you know, as on a side note, this doll is sculpted and holds up to the sculpting of all current sculptors. I've had lots. Y'all know I've had lots to compare to. And still, this baby, hands down, has the most amazing, lifelike sculpted details in her hands, fingers, her face, her little lips, her ears, her toes. I mean, everything about her is just as beautiful as things that are sculpted currently. So it just tells you what a true talent Linda Webb really is. So those that don't know her, you should look her up, and you could read about you know, what she's done for, you know, the reborning community, doll collecting community. She's really one of the very first that really made this a big popular hobby, actually. So yeah, that's my spiel for now, guys. Hope everybody's enjoying their holiday season. I really am. I'm really enjoying my family right now. It's what I've been really focused on, and I'm excited for Christmas to get here. My nursery has become basically the catch-all for all of my presents for my family members. So I'm being overrun by some presents in here right now, but that's okay. They will go under the tree soon enough. But I hope everybody's enjoying their Saturday. I certainly am. I'm going to watch and get caught up on some videos, and we will see you all soon, guys. Thanks for watching. Bye-bye.